it was a year. That was like a year and a half ago.
You could truly sculpt yourself. Like you
I
could
don't got
literally
titties no more.
On me.
On me.
Dang, what was I saying earlier? It was something so great.
How great is our
I was
God?
just about to say that.
Sing with me, how great is our God. Welcome back to the Wholesome House podcast. I wish I could compare this episode to that song and say this is as great as God, but we all know that's not true. But what we can do is try our best to get as close to that as possible. We are so glad to be here in 2023.
True.
New year.
We did make
same
it.
podcast, same,
same
wholesome
hashtag,
energy
same ideas,
and
you know.
whatnot.
Right,
But
Same like, share, subscribe, all that.
yeah, that most definitely. Those buttons are in the exact same places they were a few days ago.
Muscle memory.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be able to find those pretty easily. But yeah, it is Benjamin Lane, the Soundbite Surfer, and I would love to see who else is in the Wholesome House today in 2023.
You got March, and as my hat says, I'm out here trusting God. Sorry, but feeling good. Happy to be here. 2023, first podcast we shoot in 2023.
Right, because we already had an episode come out, but this is the first time we're actually in a building within the 2023 umbrella.
You feel me? And that's it. I'm ready to talk about some stuff today.
Oh yeah, me too, man. You got Wavy J, Mr. Waterboy here, man. Back in 2023.
Back? You been here before?
Man.
Nah, no cap.
Scooby-Doo stuff, bro.
No, low-key, I was just recently talking about Back to the Future, so that is actually kind of wild. But
It's a great movie.
yeah, man. But I'm happy to be here, and I'm ready to talk about some stuff too.
Man. And then it's your boy Z Breeze here. Glad to be here. Ben kind of just like lobbed me at the beginning singing that song because I was thinking about this like 2 days ago. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. So, like, what's your? Okay, I think I listened to a podcast or something. No, I was in my Bible study book. And then
The Daily Bread?
No, it's called the Bible Study.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, straight to the point.
Yeah, for real. But I bought it off a YouTube ad.
Oh.
Yeah, because I was like researching some stuff, and then it came up, and I bought it like a year ago.
That was a sign.
You know?
Right.
But it's like a white guy, but he's a Christian. So then his first original like church experience before he grew up and chose his church, he went to like a more like a Baptist church.
Yeah.
So like he kind of like the racial differences between churches.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was expressing in the Bible study book because he's kind of like talking to you through the pages as well as kind of take you through the key points of the scripture. So then like he would just talk about like I've never seen nobody kiss the Holy Ghost, and then like you can like
that's so boring.
you can at like black churches like you can have outbursts, agreeing and stuff like that. Where like they churches like that's disrespectful. Like they be like, shh, keep be quiet.
Yeah.
So then I was just
Take
like,
your time,
man.
Pastor.
Man.
So then
You better say that.
exactly. So I would just think about that, and I was like, man, I was a part of the choir too, and I'm not gonna lie. The first like how much of your church service was singing is my question.
Not enough. A lot,
Really?
but not enough.
Like how much I need to talk.
That is, well, it depends. So I'm only saying that just because this is not the right way you're supposed to, of course, experience a church service. And actually, this is not the perspective you should have about a church service. But like growing up, church service was entertaining. Like I was there to like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, we turn it up. Like, let's keep it going. I used to hate when they would go into like the sad, like not sad, but just like the slower songs and like
Serious.
tone it down
yeah.
and really tap
Feel
in and
it.
get all emotional. I'm like, can we? No, let's
Oh,
rile
beat.
this back up. Like,
Speed it up.
And also, I used to be one of them kids that when it got super loud, I would just start screaming like no one can hear me. Like just it was like it was like camouflage for my voice. So,
At the top of your
I'm
lungs,
just like
bro.
everybody just shouting and dancing.
Oh,
I'm just
my
like,
goodness.
let's keep this energy going. But but yes, in comparison to like a white church or like maybe even if it's just like Catholic or just another denomination, a lot of time spent on music.
A time frame though.
Usually probably the first half hour or so.
Okay.
It's a kid unbeknownst to you that was totally affected by that, bro. Heard you screaming, bro, every single Sunday his entire life.
Man.
Every time somebody screams, he just starts shaking, bro.
You like Broly, bro. You like I see you been again. I swear it's over.
Oh my
But
god.
yeah. What about y'all? Like, how long would y'all say that the praise dancing and like worship like took place out of the entire like service? Standard, I would imagine, is 2 hours of total church service.
Yeah.
How much of that was like singing?
I would say it's pretty to the point in the beginning. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing now is that sometimes we've had to stall until the pastor gets there.
That's in this new age of church, man.
I never experienced that before.
No, that's very new age because some of these pastors got 6, 4, or 5 different locations and buildings and services that they're doing, so they're bouncing through a lot of stuff.
And
if you're in the Detroit area, you know exactly what church I'm referring
and
to
I
right
can
now.
say I've never experienced that before now, and I'm just like, oh, okay. So sometimes it can be a lot.
Yeah, no.
You
And you know when they stalling too. It still be
Yes.
good, but you know.
You know how in the NBA where the players like walk out when they kind of like just got their regular fits on walking out. What if pastor said something like that, bro, and they shot it
The
in
tunnel.
somebody? Hey,
Oh my gosh.
that'd be some. Hey,
They're like streaming it on the big screen in the
He
church.
running out.
Rubbing his hands together.
As soon as you said the new age, I was like, bro, that would be something crazy if they just had it, bro.
That'd be
way,
funny,
bro.
actually.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, professional
Jesus.
photographers, bro, everything.
That's insane.
Hey man.
That's
hire me.
absolutely crazy.
But yeah, I was asking that just because I didn't know what was standard, because I thought all of them were like mines. So mine was like, I promise you, an hour,
It was probably
maybe
what?
an hour and 15 minutes
Probably an older church.
An hour and 15 minutes?
of singing and dancing
Every
and
time?
praising every single time.
Did the
Every
church have like
Sunday.
pews and stuff? Like
Yeah,
those older,
yeah.
like older churches for sure, about an hour.
Yeah, it's like an hour 15 minutes. The sermon.
My
for like-
aunt's church low key is like that. They do like quite a bit of selections, like through that low key throughout, like at the beginning, like kind of in the
Oh, yeah.
middle, towards the.
Pull out the
So-
hymn book sometimes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely
Literally. And then 30 minutes of service, bro. 30 minutes of actual service. And then like 20 minutes of like bringing in new people and like,
Right.
stuff
Altar
like that.
call.
at the end. Yeah. So it's like the vast majority was that. So man, I used to,
They gotta be tired.
bro, I was a part of it because I was like a part of a 4-boy choir. We were all ages 7 to
They
9.
just had y'all go-
And we had
going.
we did like 5 songs a week.
Yeah.
We-
that. They had y'all working, bro.
What?
Bro, yes.
Y'all was like Alvin and
I
the Chipmunks in that movie,
promise.
bro. Had y'all working.
I have pictures with me in suits, like matching suits of different colors to prove it. We were like a
Y'all
boy
had different.
band.
Y'all had
You
the
was
same.
shy.
Y'all had the same color
What?
The same
sports
suit,
coat,
but
but the
different
different color shirts.
What?
Clip on tie.
bro,
Yes,
going
bro.
crazy,
Dang, man.
bro. And I'm saying we always practice on Wednesdays for like 2 hours.
Oh, so you used to having Wednesdays
Booked up.
Hey.
But yeah, so I was just like,
Yeah.
Ma, can we just go at like 12? She's getting mad at me. And I'm like, I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to hear what you gonna tell us this week.
Wow.
But
That's out of control.
so that's an older church thing. That-
Older churches for
Oh,
sure
man.
a little bit longer, a lot more songs. Well, it's really just because a lot of the newer churches are a lot more progressive in a way that they're like, okay, times are changing. people have like shorter attention spans and blah blah blah. And then there's also more and more churches that are. It's kind of like a keeping up with the Joneses kind of thing. It was like, okay, if I would love to keep my service at 3 hours, but Pastor, what's his name, up the street is at 30 minutes, and people like to get in and get out. And so now I got to at least meet in the middle. And so now a lot of church services, I would say on average, is about like a 2 hours.
Mine's for sure like an hour 45.
Yeah, like that's kind of like the average now.
I also feel like because of COVID and a lot of churches needing to stream, and they still stream. I feel like they can still kind of keep it at that base.
Yeah, because then still people not going to be sitting there on the stream for 4 or 5 hours, you know, like.
Nope.
And the only reason why I'm very well versed in this world. My parents are pastors. Both my grandfathers are bishops. So like I've been in millions and millions of churches. My dad played music. He was a musician at millions and millions of churches. So like I've seen every freaking level of. I've seen the 6 hour and then come back at night to the second service, and that's how my grandfather's churches were. Then I've seen like the more current. I got 6 locations, so this is a microwave church for real.
So they don't have dinner.
No, not at these churches, but like I've seen, yeah,
that's crazy.
You go to the basement,
you eating dinner too.
Yeah, like
them dinners be the same for years
man.
too. It'd be a whole decade, and the menu be the exact same.
I used to go to a church like that. When I was younger, bro.
They got the desserts and everything. Y'all down in the basement talking and like just vibing together. Y'all doing Christmas
really
plays
church
and stuff.
all day,
bro.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
On me,
absolutely. My parents used to be doing their homework in church because they just be there at rehearsals they lived at the church. So I'm glad I got the watered down version. What's funny about that in particular is that I had I think she was like a great aunt or something. And this is going to sound horrible, but she was responsible for one of the desserts at the dinner at the church. And so she made a homemade ice cream. Like when I tell you like homemade, like it was literally like she did the whole process of, I don't know what it is, but it was always just vanilla. She couldn't, venture off too much. We couldn't expect much of her anyway. Yeah. But that was like the quality of the ice cream was sort of how we like mapped her aging because like progressively year after year this ice cream just got worse and worse and worse, and we was just like vanilla. Man, like it was like this ain't even the right texture anymore, like you gotta hang it up. We did at this point, like it's okay, we can buy some Briars, we can go to I know this is like your thing, but like it's time to hang it up.
The pressure is getting worse.
So yeah, that's a fun topic for sure in terms of just like the church and it's a whole universe. And also I've been like the white churches and the Catholic churches, and like my mom went to a Catholic high school, so she grew up around Catholic.
Wow.
Yeah, so
that was my intro though.
It's a whole universe. That's a great intro. But speaking of intro and entering and interests, I don't know. Like I was saying earlier, it is 2023, and I know. Well, what's like the phrase you always hear around the new year?
Happy New Year.
Not the
New
celebratory.
New Year,
new me.
There it is. New Year, new me. I'm tired of hearing that.
Though.
I'm very, very tired of hearing it. One, because y'all don't really be changing nothing for real. Y'all have a new goal, but it's not a new you. I'm sorry, but hey, maybe some of y'all actually achieved this new version of yourself. But
I thought I was like Charizard.
You're not,
man.
Evolving,
No, I'm just
saying.
Charmeleon was pretty cool, bro.
I'm a Charmander, huh?
I mean,
bro, he's saying you a Magikarp.
Well, I don't even know what that is. I wasn't that deep, but I'm sad.
You gonna turn into a Gyarados one day. You want to be,
but you never know.
Are y'all taking me there? Okay.
Anyway, but I was thinking about the actual phrase, and I was like, what if this was like actually like literal? Like, what if every single year, like
a new person?
You literally were a new person. Like, imagine you do the whole countdown, 3, 2, 1. Everyone around you forgets who you are, like instantly. Like they don't know Zach anymore. They don't know and this happens every single year. Everyone, whoever you're with, is just like, I don't know who this person is. I was just thinking, like, what do you think you would do with that opportunity, would you just be like, okay, I want to still be Zach, I want to still be Troy, like let me just reacquaint myself because everyone forgot who everyone was, and be like, oh yeah, like you know me from this and this, or would you like completely make up like a new identity?
I remember that, or I can understand that nobody remembers who I am.
Yeah, like this is a thing that
But I
we're
should
used
know
to.
who I am.
Like this happens every single year. So you have this decision to make every year on the first of the new year. Yes.
So so we all know that it happens. Do we all have previous recollections of the last year, or every time we get reborn, we're just like, this is just something that we just know?
I feel like you can only remember like you.
Right. So you like imagine like your memories of. Like, you know, like you can say that you were on a podcast and you will sit in this chair, but as you look at like the three of us, we're just like gray or something, like just blank faces. Like you can't identify us as individuals, but you know that you fit in a part of this. So if it's, 12:01, and we're in the same like area, I can come to you and be like, hi, like, I don't know if you have this memory of being on a podcast, but I used to do this podcast. Were you a part of that? And then you could be like, yeah, I was a part of that. Were you like, like what role did you blah, blah, blah. And then you kind of build that whatever, but you only have the recollection of you as an individual, essentially.
So like when I try to be different people, like
yeah, because realistically in that exact same scenario, like I could come up to you and be like, were you on the podcast? You could be like, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, it must have been somebody else.
Dang. Wow.
Were you beating up politicians in driveways? I'm like, no, that was never me.
Why would you take it there?
That's
a very oddly specific example.
What do you mean?
Politicians?
You know where politicians live, bro? Like, what's going on?
They are driveway.
No. Some people.
I told you we speaking to another Zach, bruh.
Oh man,
bro. Some people just be having beef with politicians, but they be having them slander campaigns out. They be going hard.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Didn't the election just pass too?
Yeah, I think we got one coming up.
It's some type of election.
It's always something. I watched the news this morning. Before I went to work for like 5 minutes, and they were talking about some kind of something, and I was like, it was probably on my mind. But yeah, I probably in one of those universes, I'd definitely try to be, everybody, because I try to be Batman in one world.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I try to be like, a president if I could achieve that.
Batman.
Yeah.
For a year.
And
committing to it.
You got like.
Yeah, like what happened if you bow out?
You got like
you just like, man, I'm tired of this.
For a month, you're in April. You're like,
You're like, all right, bro. I
don't think I have the funds for this. I don't have the facilities for this.
Exactly.
You get like 60, hopefully 60 years of just different people. You're going to get bored after like the first 20. How many people can you really want to be?
Right.
So I'm going to just pick Batman at least once. Why not?
Yeah, it's not like it's a choice you can make. I feel like, I'd probably go at least like 5 years of staying me, and then maybe just switch it up here and there and like see how it feels.
Be a lifeguard, like.
What if you can't swim?
In that universe, I think you would learn, right?
I guess you'd have to.
The skills don't come with the
persona. Somebody's gonna figure it out.
You're still at the same level, but you just gotta.
Oh yeah.
So you can choose to.
Somebody go down on your watch. They're gonna be like, "You lied to me, didn't you?"
Exactly. You gonna be like, "Well, in a year, shoot."
So somebody who's a pacifist, in one of their realities, they couldn't choose to be a boxer because they didn't get the skills that came with being a boxer.
I mean, no, they could. They just wouldn't be a very good one.
They could tell, yeah, exactly. Like you could say, and people would have to believe you because we all forgot. Be like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
but then you gonna get mollywopped when you get in the ring.
Oh,
by somebody that was telling the truth. Like I really do this.
Little do you know, he going through the same thing. He a different person. He just wanted to fight.
I just had a lot of pain in my heart last year.
You just picked a bad day to come here, bro.
Last year I was the Grinch.
What?
You looking like a who right now? Because Christmas just passed. So he owned that.
The Grinch. That's crazy.
Yeah, that just be crazy power to have. Because I be thinking, man, like somebody else said that. What if they like the opposite? They're like, I'm gonna be the Joker in this universe. Like I'm
right now you just met your arch nemesis and like y'all had never had any beef before, but you're just like, I hate you and I know I hate you.
fundamentally we cannot coexist
at all, bro.
I think that's cool though. I don't know what you said earlier about a couple years you would be one person and then you would change it. I'm like, okay, because I feel like how much would I actually develop? Maybe, you know.
What do you mean by develop?
As
like character growth?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
who cares about that?
Well,
we're in this for fun.
hey, I don't know. When you said more of one specifically, I was like, yeah, that's interesting. I don't know.
I just think there wouldn't be that many like large variations that I would like how he was saying. Eventually, after like 20 people, like you either gonna run out of ideas or just kind of get tired. And so I think that's why I'd be like, okay, for these 5 years, yeah, like I'm cool with just being this and just being able to grasp what that looks like, what that feels like, so on and so forth. And then, yeah, you know, maybe 1 year comes by, I'm just like, oh, okay, let's see how this goes. And then maybe after that year, I revert back because I remember all the versions that I've, you know, acted out. So
I feel like we're computers in this universe.
Why?
I got all these memories loaded in.
I mean, it's your regular memories. It's really just you, you know, like
just choosing to be somebody else.
Exactly.
Like I'm gonna be a burglar. I'm gonna be. I don't know.
And it don't even have to be that large of changes. You could literally just be like, oh, for this 1 year, I'm going to like force myself to be more introverted or extroverted. And everyone could just be like, oh, yeah, Troy's a very extroverted person.
Interesting.
So is this kind of like everything everywhere all at once in a way? Like how she was jumping to those different realities and...
I mean, that was kind of simultaneous. This is more still on like a chronological order.
Too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She did get that too.
Yeah, she was
great
down.
movie.
This on some Kagome and Kikyo type stuff, like literally.
What?
What's that?
From Inuyasha, yeah.
Man.
Oh,
That's a deep cut. They ain't even know at first.
Hey, at least
I never
two out of the 4.
I wish I knew Inuyasha.
Man,
never did.
what I was about to say, I think we already talked about this, but like, you know how you said like you had to have a certain skill set or level to be able to do these things in these other universes.
Right.
I mean, it's the same universe. You're just a different person.
Yeah. What level of not to be like Vlad. You know who Vlad is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where's this going, bro?
What level of deviant do you think you could be?
Wow.
Like it depends on your current skill set. Like could you really be that menacing?
Wow.
So I'm saying like, and when it is, if you tried it, how far you think you would get?
I think
maybe I'd be like a troll or something. What? Make like a burner Twitter account or so, bro.
Wow. Dedicate a year just to hating.
Bro.
Wake up extra early just to hate.
Just to hate, bro.
Yeah.
Just to see how they feel.
This
bro.
is a terrible
like,
picture.
Oh, but
It's just terrible stuff.
Come on, you're not going.
Like y'all not sick of this, bro.
Thumbs down.
You're not going to remember this next year, so.
Exactly, bro.
Why would you post
Come on, man,
this?
that dude got on my nerves. I'm like, yeah, bro, he would have got on my nerves too. Sounds like a real jerk.
Sounds like a bad guy.
Honestly think we would surprise ourselves how far we could go.
man,
How deviant.
Yeah.
like I wouldn't say what kind of crimes you commit,
Right.
but I was like, that sounds super Vladdy. I ain't really want to get like that.
I mean, I don't know if that would be my intent to sit there and be like, oh, it's a new year, time for other harm. We're putting self-care aside.
Others harm.
But yeah, I think the scary part about it is you might lose yourself within that year. You might be like, hey, I want to be like a
villain,
an evil person, and then it's December. You looking at yourself in the mirror like, how did I let it get this far?
How did I get here?
This isn't you.
now you you in the underground cage fighting ring and stuff, beating up people at night for money.
You're like,
survive.
You just cracked a bottle on their head, standing over them,
That's
and then you
funny.
see a reflection in like a chip,
Like, what about
a shatter of the glass.
What about the gum?
You get it drunk every night. You stay in the back of a Kroger. That's your day job.
Not a good job.
What?
You cool with the manager, so he let you stay.
Let you
in there.
stay.
You done trained all the raccoons.
That's the kind of what you.
But I got to do better next year.
Right.
I'm going back to being a dentist.
Wow.
I'm really gonna turn it around.
Talking about next year for sure.
That's why I love tomorrow.
Oh my god. What?
I got a topic, but go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say speaking of Wendy Williams.
Shout out to IG Baddies though. I just want to sink that in.
Hey,
Shout
listen.
out IG baddies.
Shout out to IG
Man.
Baddies. All right.
And shout out to fake ones that be like in my story.
Shout out to the bots.
Shout out
Man,
to the IG Baddie
y'all
bots
been going crazy.
running up that engagement.
Man,
Hey,
that's
y'all
all
need
I'm
to
saying.
slide over to the Wholesome House. Give us a couple
I'm
follows.
saying,
Me.
man. if you like a post, man, like something, man, leave a question. Leave a question in the comments, bro.
Hey.
If you're able to do that, I don't know.
No, do not leave a question because they gonna be on there talking about.
Click this link.
What would you do to see me naked? Right
Oh
now?
my God. No.
Who are you? Nothing.
You're not IG Baddies.
First of all,
You're not real.
you're just giving it. You're just like anybody could see this comment.
No.
Oh,
It's not
man.
worth it.
Right. It's a billboard.
Yeah. What was your topic?
Shout out IG baddies, man. But,
Shout out IG Baddies. All right.
The regime.
Dang, that's so funny. It made me forget.
Oh.
No, I got it though. Speaking of Wendy Williams, like he said, what's a show that like you really just you had a distaste for initially, but through just accidentally watching it, staying up at night, you grew fond of as you aged?
Staying up at night. My first thing was King of the Hill.
Yes,
Really?
that was what I was thinking.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I got like 3 of them, but that's definitely one of them.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And then like even think about live action, like with real actors, like
Live action. That's funny.
yeah, Family Matters. Like
You didn't like Family Matters at
Wow.
first?
no, you're right. I did always like it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
George Lopez. I didn't initially like George Lopez.
Oh,
I like
man.
George.
I don't think
Lopez.
I don't think I ever disliked it, but I just was like, oh, George Lopez is on
Yeah,
next.
right?
Like, let me go find
like
something else.
Seinfeld or something.
But then,
Like,
yeah,
whatever.
I accidentally like stayed down there. I was like,
Seinfeld.
Man, what are they doing? Yeah, what's going on in
this
this
kind
family?
of kind of goofy.
No, absolutely.
Fran?
I never got into Friends.
I said Fran.
Oh yeah, Fran.
Oh.
Yeah, she was funny too. She was
Man.
really funny.
I thought the way you said it, I was like, dang, Fran? Like, they don't know what I'm talking about.
No, yeah.
I was going to say me either.
Oh, bro.
No.
Definitely,
I
I was
won't
like,
remember this next year.
why would I watch this? I was like, why would I watch this? Then I'm just like, man, Mr. Seinfeld or Sheffield.
Sheffield.
Yeah, so
Sheffield.
I'm like, why she talk like this? I'm like, she dressed nice.
Dressed
I'm like 10. I'm like, yeah, this is a good show.
It's crazy. She was
Facts.
staying in that mansion.
Yes.
She reminded me of the was she like the secretary? Yeah, of Powerpuff Girls.
I Miss
Yeah.
Bella.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
I didn't mean it like that.
Nah,
My bad. Sorry.
So we're talking about Ann Dexter, Ann Dexter's mama.
Oh my God.
Uh-huh.
No.
Maybe
No.
do something.
No. That's not it.
Risha, please, here, take a shot.
Please.
No way.
Them G Herbo memes are so funny. He was in there, but she was talking.
What did he say again, bro?
When she asked him why he was at his baby mama party,
Mhm.
he's like, "Cause I'm fresh as hell." What you mean?
I'm fresh as hell. What you mean?
Hey, I be
Fuck
saying
it.
that.
That's what I'm gonna say right now.
But
What other shows?
yeah, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, I hate it.
I'm
I-
still not big into that
The
show.
animation was so disgusting.
Yeah.
What's it called? What's
Mr. Meaty?
No.
Mr. Meaty Gats.
I don't know what
Also, Adult Swim, but it's the Venture Bros.
Oh,
Venture
okay.
Bros.
No, Venture
been
Bros.
fire for me though.
Yeah, it was
but
decent.
I was not a fan.
I didn't really like that animation either.
It would be like I would wake up and be like, "Oh, what is this?"
That was definitely
It would
a show I would
always
just
be,
wake up.
always. I'd be like, "Nah, bro, I'm going to sleep. Turn the TV off." But then I actually watched some episodes, and I was like, "This is cool,
Mhm.
low key."
What about like streaming shows? Like some that you
Ooh.
like you a friend or like a girlfriend or somebody was watching and you're just like, oh,
Jane the Virgin,
okay.
easily.
Jane the Virgin is a fire show.
I was not messing with it,
Really?
bro.
I got into it like immediately when I started it.
It was hard to binge or something.
Okay.
Or I don't know. For some reason at the time, I just was not. I was not not a fan. So that's another one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But even now, I'm like, I might like it if I tried it.
Okay.
But
I mean, it's a very stylistic kind of thing, like, you know, telenovela style. It's very.
I would probably find it
top.
funny now. Yeah.
It's just very dramatic. It's a twist every episode for sure. What about y'all?
Dark Desire.
What's that?
What?
This is pause. This is it's like a murder mystery kind of like I don't want to say romance, yeah, like murder mystery romance like show. It got like 2 seasons. It's like
What is this on?
It's kind of like Money Heist. Is on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like Money Heist because it's in another language, but it was so like high selling that like they interpreted it on Netflix.
Yeah.
So the mouth's not gonna match. But yeah, at first like the first 3 episodes, I'm like, why would I watch this? And then like by episode 6, I'm like, man, this is great television.
Great television.
Exquisite.
I think that's how I got into Teen Wolf. I forgot who was watching it, who I saw watching it, but like Teen Wolf at that time, especially because this was, you know, I was like in high school. I was just like, oh, that's like it's a girl show. That's not what. And I saw them wolves going crazy. I was like, hold on,
Alpha's eye.
Like, keep this. Or I was like, keep this on.
Wow.
And I said, I might have to go to season 1.
Take it back.
Literally.
Yeah, no, that was a good show.
Yeah, and then they killed off Lydia, I think, and then it was terrible after that.
It did go downhill.
Yeah. I didn't watch the episode after that, so I honestly don't even know how bad.
I was very like grateful because I caught on to the show right when that season was like actually on TV, and so I was like a part of that moment, like in real time. I was just like, oh, this is fun. Yeah. But yeah, it definitely went down afterward.
Yeah.
I used to not be a big fan of Degrassi, low key. When I watched it when I was like super young.
I never watched Degrassi.
Nope.
I feel like I was too young.
Couldn't do it.
Yeah, it was.
Got into it.
That was like the generation right before us. Like that was like really big.
Yeah.
So my brother was born in '91, so I was like catching him watching the tail end of it, like the next generation or something.
Yeah.
Like
I just remember the
Drake
commercials. The commercials used to be like literally every single commercial break. It was a Degrassi commercial. It would be like the same too.
Nick, bro.
Yeah.
They was going crazy. Every time it'd be some Degrassi.
Speaking of which, I saw this on Twitter earlier. What were your guys' channels growing up? Like, what number was Disney Channel?
I saw that
The real
too,
ones?
and I was trying to think.
The real ones? Stop it.
Hey, Saginaw had the real ones. I know ours is extremely different.
29.
Y'all could go
13, real ugly.
Oh no!
Hey,
What is it?
Y'all finna be discussing. I think we should go like
Y'all about to be discussing.
Nah, you should go first.
All right.
I think mine gonna be the most outrageous.
Yeah, because you wanted to
Disney Channel.
You tell me it was Disney Channel.
65, I think.
Okay, that ain't bad.
I had like a 64.
Mine was 72.
You said growing up, right?
Huh?
You said growing up?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a 65.
What's wrong with 72? 58, really?
Yeah.
That's kind of odd.
58 was Cartoon Network for me.
That makes sense. See, that's already that kind of
47
channel.
Was Cartoon Network.
47? That's ugly.
Yeah.
That's ugly.
I feel like it matched for cartoons.
Okay, what was yours? Disney Channel.
That might have been 56. Low key.
You making that up?
Nah, it might have been something like that, bro. Because I remember like a 56, 57, 58.
You won the Cartoon Network. Disney Channel. Cuz.
Oh man.
I remember it also being like 43 for Cartoon Network.
Okay, Cartoon Network 43. Mine was 60.
It was always in the 40s for me.
Flat
60. What the heck?
That doesn't feel very
That's weird.
cartoony to me.
Yeah, it's actually
wrong.
great.
That's not right.
Yeah, no, it seems a little too established. 60, the number 60 is too sure of itself for it to be.
And it
cartoons.
was like the best Cartoon Network, wasn't it? Had Boomerang in there.
Yeah, nah, that's different.
It was
bro.
running shit, wasn't it?
They had a lot going.
That was the best
it was good.
number.
I ain't gonna lie.
They just had like terrible like live action.
Mine was 58 for Cartoon Network, and
Okay.
then Nickelodeon was 57. Oh, real
Nickelodeon was
real
always
close.
right under.
It was,
Yeah.
it was
Whatever
like
it
right
was.
around.
Okay, so but y'all Disney Channel and Toon Disney wasn't next to those other two.
Ever.
It was a gap.
Disney was
See, that's what made our superior.
Oh, so you could just
Superior?
boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom.
because it was Disney Channel was 58, Toon Disney, JetX, Disney XD.
shout out JetX, bro.
59.
Yeah,
Jax
so
was
sweet.
crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
So 58, 59, Disney Channel. I mean, Cartoon Network was 60, and then Nick was 61.
Mm.
Speaking of
It's
something
pretty
like
nice, actually.
JetX, what is something that I don't want to say was canceled, but is like no longer, I guess, available? That
Toon Disney in general, like that was better than Disney Channel as a child. Like I appreciated being able to watch Gargoyles, Chipmunks, Brandy, and Mr. Whiskers.
yes, I was about to say didn't have that. Yeah, I remember that one.
The
Yeah,
little
I feel like I had
bee
to be
girl,
up real late.
Did you have the? Did you say the Barbarian?
Bugs
Oh.
and Maggie, Bugs and Maggie.
Wow.
Yeah.
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 That's
like,
crazy.
Yeah, and then even like Pinky and the Brain,
Mm-hmm.
What are we gonna do today,
Recess.
Pinky?
and then like you said,
The Weeknders,
JetX.
bro.
Yeah, the replacements.
JetX was nuts, bro.
Yeah, and JetX is on Toon Disney, so I'm like
Oh, I
that
forgot
whole
about the
channel.
replacements.
Man.
That channel was so fire. Then they
Had
just gonna
the-
replace it with Big Ten Network. For us, they replaced
Oh,
it with
wow.
That
Yeah.
Disney XD was wild, bro.
that. And that was terrible too,
Disney XD was wild.
Zeke and Luther.
I'm bad.
man. But there was one of them that was kind of
Cookie
decent.
was on
though.
there.
Yeah.
What was the good like two people? It was two boys, two males that were friends.
Zeke and Luther?
Zeke and Luther, I think.
There wasn't another one.
Probably.
I feel like there was another one that was bigger earlier. I don't know.
That's all you remember is two boys were friends.
It's a black friend and a white friend.
Yeah. Well, Zeke and Luther were too white, but they did have a black friend. They were both white, though.
Maybe I'm thinking
It
of
was Cookie.
Maybe I'm thinking of maybe I'm mixing Nasty Classified with that Korean House in my head. Because Korean House, it was him and his mans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
I watched a lot of that too.
That Korean house was wild, bro. That was
Me?
good, too.
Shout out. What was his name? What was the dad's name? I can think of his last name. Something
Mr. Baxter.
Yeah, I guess his mix is Mr. Baxter. I really appreciated the fact that they made him a chef. I don't know why. I just think it was like you don't see that like in shows too often. I feel like it's always something like he had a whole chill grill. Like he had his own restaurant. That's pretty sweet. You
Yeah, that
usually
Rocket
see, like,
Power, too.
yeah, I feel like you typically see like a written character be like I don't know, like
Doctor,
a lawyer or something. Yeah,
CEO.
exactly.
Yeah,
it's
like-
just like, why is it gotta be
Like
this
working
big
some type of
grandeur?
office or something like that.
Exactly, some regular. Y'all remember True Jackson?
True
VP?
Jackson VP?
Yeah,
that's-
Yeah.
I always thought that was like a really cool concept as well.
yeah.
That was also like a Nick show.
I used to be off the Shake It Up crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like that was kind of
Kind of.
that was like on the tail end. I don't think I was.
High-key,
I
wasn't
really
super,
wasn't watching.
super. I wasn't super tapped in with like the Shake It Up. Like around that time, like I wasn't even.
Yeah. Nah, Zendaya was in it, bro. I definitely was like, man.
Yeah, I remember like not knowing where Zendaya came from. Like when everybody just like started talking about Zendaya this, Zendaya that. I knew who she was because I just saw like pictures, but I didn't know like what she did.
Mhm.
And then someone finally was like, "Oh yeah, she's on the show." I was like, "Oh okay, I've never seen this before."
Yeah. So like, I'm a sixth grader, and my niece is a fourth grader,
Okay, yeah.
and I have a TV in my room, and she doesn't. So whenever we're in the living room on a flat screen or the plasma screen, whatever we had at the time, I couldn't pick what we watched.
Oh, okay.
So I'm in there, and I'm on there. I'm like, Disney has a African American girl my age acting on a show. Like, you know, I miss Raven. Raven was 20.
Yeah,
That
I
was,
miss
that was,
Raven.
you talking about that was too late.
Yeah,
You talking
but
about, I
I'm
can't
like,
do that.
I'm like 11 or 12. She's like 12 or 13.
Right. I'm
And
in
she's
there.
started- star.
It started to click.
I'm
bro.
in there.
And I'm
The
like,
gears
man,
were moving. You was like,
she is talented.
yeah. You started, wow, this is how I win.
This is how I do it.
Yeah. Then I fell off the train at like 14 and a half.
Okay.
And then she became one of the biggest actors ever. And everybody like, I love her. I'm like, I used
he
to.
was like, y'all asleep.
Yo, I was asleep. I was
Y'all
there.
asleep.
Man, her best friend, I was there. Bella Thorne. What's up?
Oh man,
Yeah, they was best friends back then. Bro.
Disney crazy, man.
On me.
Yeah. You either make it out of Disney or you or you do very, very strong drugs or something. Shout out Orlando Brown.
Shout out Malcolm in the Middle, bro.
Frankie Muniz is fine.
Bro, I know.
Bro.
He had to make a statement about it.
Yes, bro. He was like,
He thought he was-
nah, I'm cool, bro. He's sitting there talking about I died. I'm like, no.
That man was just tired, bro. Like, I'll tell you, y'all got a bad picture of me once, and now all of a sudden I do heroin. I'm okay.
Yes.
Bro, I love Malcolm in the Middle as a kid.
Bro, did you hear that he said he doesn't remember a lot of the Malcolm in the Middle stuff because he was like that was just
shooting
his
so
life. He was
much.
shooting so much.
Yeah, and then he said like even people were taking that out of context. They were like, "Why is your memory bad?" Blah 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 blah. He's like,
Wow.
You do 10,000 episodes or something. Like
That show was on for some seasons, bro.
You probably don't even like with a TV show too. You probably don't get the script like super far in advance. You know, you probably like, all right, like we gotta. This is your script. We're shooting this episode, this episode, this episode, this episode, and then you do it, and you're like, all right, now I gotta go audition for more stuff, or you know, whatever's going on. So
recite 10 episodes of Wholesome House right now. Exactly.
yeah,
you know,
like,
so that's why. But then everybody was like,
I
"No,
can
he's
think
on
of a couple of
heroin."
highlights, but right, I can't. You know.
They're on heroin. Their memory's bad.
On that smack.
So he was like, "Y'all are ridiculous. I can't say anything in the media."
Did y'all ever come across Spike?
Spike TV.
Yeah.
I used to skip past it, but it was on some action stuff, right?
That 1,000 Ways to Die was
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh, yeah,
That one,
yeah.
yo.
That and they used to have like a lot of like crime.
Action.
Did it have like
They had
the
that
Deadliest Warrior?
Terminator.
I think.
They did have Deadliest Warrior on there, yeah.
Yeah.
They had wrestling on there too.
Oh wow.
Real wrestling or like a different variation?
No, they had like Kurt Angle was on there.
What's time in his career? WWE or the other ones?
I feel like it had to probably be a little later, but you know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He was still gas, but you know, like USA had the heavy hitters on under contract and stuff.
Absolutely.
But yeah, when I would see like a former legend like on one of the other ones, I'm like, yeah, beat his ass. Like, you know, I'm like, come on, do it for WWE.
Right.
Wow.
You can't be losing
No.
on this lesser network.
Dang.
No way.
Man, then they put him in the ankle lock. I was like, oh no,
This is not canon.
You can't do that.
They would have never did that to him.
He talking about this is
Right.
he talking about this is a filler episode.
Oh,
Gotta
me.
be.
Right.
Speaking of actors and just the world of being an actor, I guess. So, as we were actually sprinkling, kind of talking about earlier, I don't know if we were already recording at that point, but we were talking a little bit about Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Game of Thrones has a lot of nudity in it.
Yes.
I just recently
Very
watched an
uncomfortable.
episode, like I think literally yesterday, full frontal nudity, right? And it just makes me think, like, how much money, you know, does it take for you to be comfortable? You know, like at some point, I feel
For
like
me to show my junk.
for me to show everything, like,
50,000.
like that's your price.
50,000
I'm not saying that for me. I'm just saying it's funny because that's probably how much they get paid. I've seen like
for an episode that's streaming everywhere.
actors' contracts before.
Yo, mama gonna see this.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm not getting paid.
I'm not.
I'm saying I'm sure that's what they're getting paid. Everybody can't get paid $500,000.
Yeah, they
Especially you a tertiary character on this show. You think they finna pay you big bucks?
you
to
just
show
an
your
extra.
stats?
They was just like,
You're
all right,
you're
bro.
a naked extra. Like you better take this
What if you're
$1,000.
I mean, one of the main characters?
Nah, bro.
Just-
Main
Get a
character, you could
Chick-fil-A
charge a lot of
gift
money
card.
for that.
Yeah.
Charge a lot of money for that. At that point, I'm a meal. What's up?
I want Robert Downey Jr. money.
Exactly.
Man.
Man,
Yeah.
Yeah, like you. All right, fine. I'll do it.
I'll do it.
I'm like, dang.
Since you want me so bad.
Come on, make it warmer here. Come on.
Oh no.
Whoa.
Why is it 45 degrees on this episode? What y'all trying to play me for this million?
So listen, y'all go listen. It's gonna be right. All right.
hey.
Hey.
They got me in there looking dry. I'm in there like, man, come on.
What?
But yeah,
What if that show that's like necessary for the plot though?
To
Like,
be
for you to,
cold?
for you to,
Oh, you mean like them
I'm
episodes?
just saying
Oh
for you to-
man, that's
Off-
different.
Off
You
that,
know,
bro.
that's
I'd be like,
different.
I don't need to be
Those
part of the
episodes are
plot.
more for
Okay.
sure.
what you
I don't-
mean?
What you mean? What you mean?
What y'all talking about? What you got to do?
You know what I'm saying? Like some parts in Game of Thrones, you may be in the wilderness.
Naked.
Yeah.
correct.
I mean, it's a set, ain't it? It's really cold.
It might be.
Shit, snow outside cold, different. But
Oh, you think they was really outside for that? Tell me they had to be, duh.
No, it might have.
It looked really real.
It might have been movie magic. Who knows? But
I think Game of Thrones, they be going there.
Yeah, they be in the Antarctica just.
yeah, no. I think they. I don't know how they
Iceland,
shoot like the
Greenland.
winter stuff, but I know they shoot a lot of stuff like in Morocco and like actual places
Like the
that look like
Netherlands
that. Yeah,
and stuff.
Yeah.
That's gas.
it is.
Hey, shout out them.
All gas, no brakes.
Boop, boop.
Man, shout out the actors. Because first of all, they're either making money or they're just super brave. 'Cause yeah, that's a lot, especially a show that popular. Like, imagine being like, this is like the final season, so you know, like millions of people are watching this, and you're like, yeah, no, you got to be naked.
Yeah, and then they just see you. I'm like, hey, love the show.
Talking about looking good.
Yeah,
Talking about you were in the brothel, right?
Oh,
God.
Oh,
Yeah, like
That's
you
a
don't want
lot
to be
of
known
those.
as
Talking
that.
about season 4?
Yeah,
Oh,
season 4, episode 3.
how do you know that?
right. So
Man.
why is this the one episode?
It's like, why this one?
Yeah, and then your family, like you're not a super immediate family. Like you're just like your cousins. They just watch this show.
I feel like that'd be the worst.
Mom, why did I see our cousin Jeff
Yeah.
butt naked?
At least the immediate family, like you probably can like
That's your
communicate
job.
that with them and just be like, listen, this is what I do. You know, like you know how much money I'm bringing in. Like,
Yeah,
let me do this, or you're not getting a Christmas
You're
gift.
not
Kind of
They
thing.
blowing up the store.
Let me cut to the chase. All right. So like, hey,
This the check, man.
Right.
This the bag.
Know how
All
I
right.
paid off your car last month?
Listen, Game
Yeah.
of
You
Thrones.
talking about what,
episode.
This is what I gotta
last
do.
Season.
Watch it again.
Come on, bro.
And watch
Make
it
sure the TV
again.
Say like
4K.
you're right. But yeah, like the distant cousin that don't know all this. And
Yeah, they just
they're
talking.
just like, wow, I
seen
never
your
would have
booty
thought I'd
bone
seen
naked.
Yeah.
seen John like this.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Say, I feel closer to you now.
Crazy
It's
at
like-
the family
Get
reunion.
so far at the
Or
same
more
time.
distant. I was I'm never walking near him again.
Literally, bro.
He's a
The
weirdo.
long distance cousin, bro.
On me.
You stop telling people you got a famous cousin.
That's
God,
awful.
listen, weren't you? Nah, it wasn't. I get that a lot, but nah, that wasn't.
Nah,
that
it
wasn't
wasn't
him.
him.
That wasn't
So-
him, bro.
Yeah.
False alarm.
Nah.
No, I thought you were cool. For a second, I thought I was gonna let you sit at my lunch table. Was there a lot of fights at your school growing up?
In high
Middle
school,
school,
definitely.
kinda, yeah. Looking middle school.
Yeah, I had a pretty Caucasian to diverse to very black school change in my district. From third was a gigantic change,
Not the white flight.
and then sixth. Yeah, exactly. They all went
Where
to
y'all going?
Frankenmuth. The Frankenmuth and Bertrand, bro.
Wow.
All my classmates were graduates of those two schools senior
Okay.
year. So then, yeah, so it's like
Wow.
first grade, I'm like one of 3 black students. Fifth
A
grade,
lot of times have changed.
yeah, fifth grade we have like a couple Asians, a couple Hispanics.
Okay.
Still primarily white. Black is probably now like 25%. So
25
secondary.
quarter.
You know, so it's like
Yeah.
minority like 60-40.
Okay.
Then by like freshman year of high school, sophomore year of high school, it was like 85% black,
Wow.
like 5% Mexican. The rest of everything else.
Mm.
Yeah. But yeah, so then high school came. Yeah, it was a lot more scraps at basketball games. Like
This feels
people-
racially charged. When the white kids were there, it was great. It was peaceful.
But after,
Yeah,
But-
more bomb threats.
Right. Oh, there it is. Yeah. different fear.
different fear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, we all fighting battles.
yeah. Demons.
We just on different battlefields.
It was more. It was more 13 reasons why. Like then,
Oh
and
my
then,
Goodness.
and then later on, it became more just.
Come to the street.
Bro, it was like we were supposed to be doing a silent protest throughout the school one day, like junior year. It turned into a full out like brawl
I
fest.
think you told us about this. It was like
Yeah.
a riot, right?
Yeah, it turned into a riot. People throwing paper. They threw
Somebody threw a
textbooks, chairs like 30 feet
That's what
across
started
the.
it.
That's wild.
Everybody left class. Like even the students who was I'm gonna stay in my seat. After the teachers and everybody else left, you just like, I guess I gotta go outside. So everybody, like all 8,000 of us, 800, we small. All 800 of us on this one floor school in the hallway.
Wow.
People running around saying "fuck the teachers." I'm just like, this is crazy. What happened to the silent protest? They was mad because we didn't have a off-campus lunch or something like that.
Oh
Dang.
my god. That's all it
Mine
took
had this-
to set them up.
Oh man,
It's a slippery slope,
bro.
we get there after that.
That school lunch will take you. Will get
Letting
you
it
there.
fly. Golly.
They're talking about McDonald's is a foot off campus. Like, please, it's
Or my
literally on the
Big
other side of the
Mac.
parking lot.
Mother
They're
sucker.
talking about no
I only ask because sometimes I feel like I miss my opportunity
to
like,
watch fights.
To fight?
to fight. There's just too much at stake now. You know, like
Wow,
this,
prosecution.
bro.
This is a real assault charge now.
Oh my god.
And before it was just like 3 days
Suspension. Oh, how the times have changed.
My mom would have been upset, but like
Hey, I would have
I'd
ran
been-
my face.
I would have been fine with like the law and yeah.
Wow.
You just don't see fights too often anymore. Like it was always just.
It depends on where you at.
No, yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, it definitely does depend on where you at, but
Yeah.
I definitely think it was just like, and also now that I have like real cameras, like I've there's a part of me that wants to be, you know how like on Twitter where you'll see like a really good like fight and everyone in the comments is like, hey, shout out to cameraman. I want to be that guy. You know, I want to be like the mysterious cameraman that everyone in the comments is like
Silently
praising,
saying
and I'm
thank
just
you.
like, I got like this little smirk on my face just scrolling through the comments, like, you're welcome. But yeah, no.
It's a thankless profession.
Right, not all heroes wear capes. You know, somebody had to
No
be
way,
there.
bro.
I just feel like I'd be good at it now. But I don't think I ever was like the person to record the fights at school. I don't think my thought process was ever like, oh, let me grab my phone. I was just there to like, ooh, ooh, ooh. You know, like I wanted to see it with my eyes and then
Instigating.
tell the story later. I wasn't instigating because I wasn't like in the mix for real, but I was always closest to the people that were in the mix.
I would never go. Like I would never like.
You would
be
never
the-
go to watch?
No, like I could care less. Like the
Why?
people that I'm with fuck with it. So then they're mad. But Zach, come on, or
Yeah.
come on, we got
Especially when that little buzz, like when everybody knows it's about to happen.
fighting right now.
Like the ones that were a little that just popped up out of nowhere were like, eh. But the ones where we got some backstory going, you know what I'm saying?
Some tension.
Like the tensions in the air.
Electricity.
Everybody's waiting.
Really like some WWE.
Yeah, it's
bro.
like we waiting for lunchtime,
the
like
top
because this
rope.
is exciting to see if it's actually gonna happen or not. Like, are they serious or what's going on?
It's been talks all through the class.
Man,
It's
man.
getting
Right.
between class.
Right, spreading like wildfire.
You hearing rumors. Said, man, yeah, he
Oh,
freaking
it's
said
taken
he
away.
was fat. You're like,
The main reason why I
what?
wanted to see it was just because everybody would tell a story differently. Like I would want to see it for my own sake, because then all the people gonna choose sides and be like, oh, this person won, or like, man, it would be like the Soldier Boy telling the story, all the like random sound effects. Where it's like I want to be there to see the actual, the smacks and the
Shot that.
and the
nigga.
flips and yeah, I don't know. But yeah, we too old for that now.
Yeah, I was about to say I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna get some vengeance in my heart or something, bro.
Huh?
I'll be like, I need to take up boxing classes or something.
Wow.
So, yeah.
What's going on?
What the heck?
But yeah. But as a kid, I think I was only maybe in like 1 or 2 fights, and I really didn't like. I was scared. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, I ain't never been in a fight before for real. Like I don't know what's gonna happen, and then I won. I was like, man, let's go.
Feels good.
Goofy,
You can't see me.
Power.
Right. he's just standing and looking at his
Come on,
fist.
man.
Wait a second.
What have I done? But then
Literally,
you're
bro.
like, what have
Or
I
the
done?
opposite. What if I keep going?
What?
Then after the second time, I was
It's
like,
that
wow.
Batman.
Literally, bro. I was like, wow.
Second time,
This
you
is
go, wow,
not-
y'all really can't.
I
Y'all
really
can't
hit
handle
him.
me, man.
And then after that, bro, I was just like, yeah, bro. At that point,
chill out.
no, at that point, nobody, a situation has never got that heated again, bro. It's like,
Oh my gosh. No way.
He
like
said 3 times. He's talking about, oh my.
I was like, y'all have seen me pretty worked up over the years. And have y'all seen me worked up to the point of harming someone?
Nah.
So I'm like, imagine what level I had to be pushed to. That's crazy.
Talking about, don't be the 4.
I'm a lot tamer now.
Yeah. So
Right.
The big gonna be the cameraman.
I really.
Oh, absolutely.
He gonna know the whole backstory if it got to that point. He'd be like, yeah, wait, it's like 4 years ago.
Yeah, literally.
Shooting a documentary.
Man.
I'm
How are
shooting
you
interviews afterwards.
Man.
So how did that first punch feel? What were you thinking in that
He
moment?
had me in the first half. You know, yeah, make.
Not gonna lie.
You know, I
Not
feel like
gonna
my
lie.
fists spoke for themselves.
I felt the first hit and I didn't want to fight anymore. But I couldn't quit.
Nope.
That's a real story right
And I
there.
kept them going. Bing, 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 bing.
I be feeling bad when I see videos of like people just getting brutally beat up on the internet.
I be feeling real bad when I see black men get beat up
Yeah.
by each other.
by anybody.
Man.
I feel it now. I feel it.
R.I.P. Kimbo Slice. He used to be beating people up.
Beating people up.
And with the jean shorts, bro, in the backyard, bro.
That was humongous
Who
beard.
beat up Anderson Silva recently, bro?
Didn't one of the Paul brothers fight?
Yeah, that's why I feel like you were, you know.
Oh,
Yeah,
I wasn't even
actually.
thinking about that.
Yeah,
but,
that
it
was
hurt me
rough.
when he lost.
That
I'm
was
like,
rough.
but he's so old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hate to see it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Prime Anderson Silva probably
Would have worked him.
worked on, bro.
Yeah. I would say.
Shoulda.
I think. I think the commissioner.
He
of
need to
UFC
fight like
just-
Brock Lesnar or something.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Bring it to the streets.
Bro, I'm
That's
saying.
it, bro. Backstage brawl him, bro.
Brock Lesnar really crazy, bro. When I seen he went to the UFC, I was like, oh yeah, bro. He's built totally different. He's not doing this WWE, bro.
Yeah.
He said, I need to hit somebody for real.
Did he go to the WWE before he went to UFC?
No, he was in WWE first, I believe. Then
Really?
he went to UFC. Then he went back to WWE.
When I see him come back, when I was a kid, that's when he at first came.
Oh, no.
I thought that was
bro.
the second coming of him. Second coming to Broly.
Bro.
But yeah, I was just like, why is he even on here? He know he really do that.
Humongous.
He out here body slamming, suplexing that mess out of people.
Bing, bing.
He used to Superman punch in UFC 2009, bro. Knock you out in one, bro.
Bro, on me.
Never seen anything like that. I was like, this is too much, bro. He was too strong,
He's doing a special move.
bro. Every time, no blocking and no nothing, bro.
Speaking of no blocking, I think it's time to do the opposite of blocking, which I guess would technically be what, like following,
Yeah.
sharing, probably like subscribing
Like
to.
that. I see.
Yeah.
Little engagement.
Yeah, not like actually fighting, blocking, but you know, the social media interweb version. But yeah, you know, this is a good time. You know, this is a great episode, very goofy episode. And I think that was the best way to bring in 2023, personally.
We in here.
I do want to thank the people that are listening because you started off your year with us. We are approaching being a podcast for a year, which is a big deal. So everyone that's been here in this first year, that means a lot. For sure. Also, just because this is always going to be our only first year. Like, no one else can, once we hit that actual year part, no one else can achieve that first year status. So if you're one of those people, you're extremely special to us. So I do appreciate that. But to all of us having a wonderful year this year, 2023 is going to be very prosperous. I think it's going to come with a lot of growth, a lot of positivity. and whatever else you want. Depends on what you're after right now. So, you know, as we were joking about the whole new year, new me thing, but if you actually want to, you know, reinvent yourself, hey, I believe in you. But that is all. That is me signing out. Benjamin Lane. Yeah.
Yeah. March, I'm out of here. Love y'all. See y'all next week.
Wavy J, man, we out of here. Yeah.
Z Breeze signing out.
Yo.